The self-watering fabric pot base has been a staple for all of my grows ever since it was introduced. And I really like the convenience of it because it not only allows me to water less frequently, but it also slow feeds the plant so I don't run the risk of overwatering. However, the storage tank in the self-watering bases still wasn't enough to water my plants if I left for a longer trip. And with this Autofill upgrade, I can now connect it to any water storage tank and have it water my plants indefinitely. The Autofill valve comes in a pack of 4, same as the self-watering fabric pot bases, so you can pair one with each of them. And here I'm going to just set up one of them, so I'll take one out along with the tubing adapter for it. On the bottom, there's also 15 feet of tubing, and this is using a standard 3/8 vinyl tube. You'll want to first remove the foam packaging from the inside of the autofill valve, and here's the design of it. When the water level is low, the float valve will open up, allowing the water to flow in, and once the water level goes higher, it will shut off the water flow. The float valve portion of it is huge, ensuring that there's enough pressure to prevent water from leaking out. Everything is transparent, so it's easy to troubleshoot if something is clogged or if the system needs a cleaning. And to install it, place it on the self-watering fabric pot base, and then screw on the tubing adapter for it. Once that's on, you just need to connect it to a water storage tank. You can fill it with plain water if you're working with a super soil, or a nutrient-rich water if you're working with hydroponic nutrients. And as the water level of the storage tank exceeds the highest point of the tubing connected to the self-watering fabric pot base, the water will start to flow through until there's a thin layer of water throughout the base, at which point it'll stop. And that's it. You can now set up everything else like normal. When placing in the wick lines through this port, I noticed that it'll lay on top of the autofill valve, so you'll want to twist it so that it comes down the side of it and is in contact with the water. Place your planter on top, and after the installation, I recommend top watering once, enough for there to be runoff coming off, which will hydrate the wicks and jumpstart the entire self-watering system. Now to connect additional systems, you can use the included Y connectors, which will feed the water into additional systems. And since everything is gravity fed, you can connect as many together as you want to one water storage tank.